It's time for that yearly video of did I tell the truth or am I a complete liar? Welcome back everyone, and today's video is going to be a little throwback video. I wanted to look back at my best of beauty from 2023 and talk about what is still a favorite of mine in 2024, maybe what I've decluttered since we've started the declutter series, or what I look back on I'm just like, huh, was that really a favorite last year? I like to do these throwback videos every year because I just think it's kind of interesting to look back at the full year and also to remember. Oftentimes I forget what I actually put in my best of beauty last year, so it's always so fun to look back and be like, okay, this time last year, this is what I was obsessed over. Kind of reminds me to pull out some of my old favorites, or it kind of makes me second guess some of my declutters that I've been doing. If you've missed it, I am in the middle of my declutter series. I have 3 parts posted so far out of a total of 8 videos that will be coming. So if you like declutters, make sure to check those out. But to jump into my best of beauty from 2023, it's always so funny to look back at old videos, but I had started off with a bunch of mascaras. So I love mascaras. I wasn't super surprised to see me starting off with mascaras for that video. But the first one that I mentioned was the L'Oreal Telescopic Lip. It's kind of funny because I actually just put that one in my empties bin. And I'm trying to think of like what number it was. I believe this was a recommendation from my friend Makeup Molly. I saw her talking about it online. I bought the mascara, and then I think I bought it maybe like 3 more times. But it's one of those, like if I was at Ulta or Target, like I just kind of like throw it in my cart as an extra. But I do love the L'Oreal Telescopic Lip, and I actually jotted it down in my notes pad of like, the next time. It's not one of those that I feel like I have to like run out and grab it immediately now that I've used another one up. But it's like, oh, if you're doing some shopping and, you know, maybe at Ulta you need like a few more dollars to get free shipping. It's like, oh, I'll put in the L'Oreal Telescopic Lip. So I still do love that mascara. It is one that I would still recommend. I also put on there from Fantasy and their One Size mascara. This is a good one as well. The first time I got it, I think it was a point perk, so I got like a little mini for like 100 points at Sephora, and I really liked it. I bought a full size of it, and then I went through that one. Or did I buy another mini? I believe it's in my empties bin, so we will see it coming up. But I did buy another one, or maybe it was like another like gift with purchase somewhere or something along those lines. But I do think that this was another good one. I don't think though, like looking back at all of my mascaras, because I'm a mascara girl, right? I love mascaras. I love giving mascara reviews. And I tend to always repurchase like my favorite ones. Like again, like the L'Oreal Telescopic Lip, I've purchased many of those. The Rare Beauty mascara has been a favorite of mine for a couple of years now. The Lawless Beauty I repurchase. I have another one in here that I talk about repurchasing quite a bit. I wouldn't say for the One Size, I do still think that it's really good, but it's one of those that it's like, I'm okay not having it in my mascara collection. Like, I don't want to not have the Rare Beauty in my collection. I don't want to not have like the Tarte in my collection. Like those, they need to be in my collection, right? But the one from One Size, it's like, it is really good, but I don't know if I would say it's like sure, maybe it was like a favorite of mine for the year, right? I mean, these yearly videos, I don't know how much weight we're holding on to them, but for me, it's kind of like, this is what I loved this year. This is what I tried this year. This is what I really loved. This was like a standout to me. But to me, it's different. A yearly favorite is different than like a holy grail video where we're talking about like our must-haves, the ones that we always repurchase. So for me, yeah, the One Size Fantasy, I would put it in, yeah, that was a yearly favorite and not like a holy grail favorite. Another mascara that I had mentioned was the Benefit Fan Fest. Again, I kind of put this along the same lines as the One Size. I think it's a really good mascara. I think it came in the, did this one come in the set that I just purchased from Sephora? I bought their Lash Stash, their holiday set that they came out with, and I want to say, I think at least one Benefit mascara was in there, and I think it was the Fan Fest. But I really do like this one. I actually had a mini of it for the first time. I don't know if it came in a set or maybe like a PR kit, but it was a mini one, and I was like, oh, that was a really nice mascara. And then I got another PR package from Benefit, and it came with the full-size mascara, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that for myself, because, you know, I do a lot of giveaways. If you haven't seen, Santa Sam is officially in town. I'm doing 12 days of giveaways. So a giveaway every single day. It's happening over on my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. I'm doing 24 days of Vlogmas over there. So you're getting vlogs of just life in general. You know, I'm doing like Vegas restaurants. I went ice skating here. I also vlogged recently doing a TMJ massage. It's called a buckle massage, but it's for TMJ treatment. So I shared a little vlog of that. And then also for those first 12 days, I am doing a giveaway every day. So a lot of times when I get PR, if I see something that I'm not going to use myself, or maybe I've tried it and I don't love it, if I don't have anyone in my immediate circle that I think like, oh, I can pass this over to them, I'll put it in a giveaway box. So when I got that one from Benefit, I was like, I'm gonna keep that one for myself. So again, I don't know if I would say it's like going to be a holy grail mascara of mine. I don't think so, but a yearly favorite, sure, and one that I still do really like right now. Then the last one, this is another mascara that I just put into my empties bin. This is from Tarte, and this is their tubing mascara. Actually, no, because in last year's video, I was talking about the purple mascara. This year, what I really love is the gold mascara, the XL tubing mascara. I like both of these. I think both of these are great mascara recommendations because I'm recommending them. But the purple one is what I tried first from Tarte, and I really liked it. I really thought it made the lashes look long, and because it was a tubing mascara, I really don't get like transfer with it. It's not, you know, getting onto my eyes or anything like that, onto my face, not in my eyes. Then I was telling one of my girlfriends one day how much I like this mascara, and she was like, oh, I actually really like the one from Tarte too, but it's in a gold tube. And I was like, a gold tube? So I went and looked at that one. So that's the XL mascara. To me, I think the wand is a little bit, the wand is a little bit bigger on the XL mascara, but I do like it even more than the purple, because I feel like you still get the tubing mascara. It's still not moving on you. It's still making my lashes long, but it really is just kind of like amping them up a little bit, like giving them a little bit more volume, a little bit more juice to the lashes. So again, I still think both are really great. So last year it was the purple one that I was talking about. This year for Best of Beauty, you're definitely going to see the gold one mentioned, but both of those from Tarte I think are great. And the XL mascara is the one that I just put in my empties bin. I did get a mini in the lash stash. It was really hard to say. I got a mini in the Lash Stash set, and then also in that set you do get a voucher so you can get one full-size product from any of the 5 mascaras that are in there. And I said in my videos, I was like, I will be buying the Tarte one. So the next time I think you have to go into a Sephora to give them the voucher, but the next time I go into a Sephora, that is the mascara that I will be replenishing for my collection. All right, then we moved over to some foundations, and this is where things are going to get a little bit on the tricky side. So I didn't mention a lot of foundations last year. I had 2 foundations. And this doesn't surprise me because I feel like especially last year, I wasn't wearing foundation as much. I was using like concealer as foundation or just spot concealing, or I was doing a lot of powder foundations. And I do have a couple different powders that I'm going to be mentioning as well in this video. But I just recently posted my foundation declutter. And I talked about in there how I said, I feel like last year, and even at the beginning of this year, wasn't really wearing foundations a lot. They were just kind of sitting there collecting dust. And then in the last like 2 months or so, I would say I've gone back to foundations. I'm really wearing like the Urban Decay Face Bond a lot. I'm really wearing the Sigma Skin Tint a lot. Laura Mercier has a new skin, like a tinted moisturizer that I really enjoy. So that's kind of what I've been kind of going back to them a little bit. But so to me, it wasn't super shocking to see that I only mentioned 2 foundations out of a Best of Beauty. And, you know, also for my Best of Beauty for last year, I'll say too, is as someone who's been putting a focus on keeping a minimal collection, I felt in 2023, one of my main goals was actually to not try a ton of makeup. And I can't say the same holds true for 2024, but I feel like for me in 2023, kind of how I was handling, maybe this would be interesting to make a full video about, I'm not really sure. But to me, I could definitely tell things were getting out of hand with my makeup. And I've talked about that in videos. I've talked about how much makeup I have, how much makeup I've bought, how much makeup I have spent money on, how much makeup is in my apartment. I think it's somewhat of a relatable topic to talk about, especially on beauty YouTube. You know, I get a lot of messages from you when I do declutters, when I talk about having a more minimal collection. And I hear a lot of you say, like, I realize how much money I've spent on makeup. I realize how much makeup I really have at home. And, you know, a lot of times when I get messages, I always hear, like, I don't even have a YouTube channel and I have all of this makeup. And I think there's been a lot of us that have kind of like looked around and been like, huh, like, this is a lot. And when you start looking at it with dollar signs, you're like, wow, that really was a lot. And to me, I think when I realized, okay, maybe you need to start cutting back, maybe you need to do something different, I think I handled it in a few different ways. I think one of the first ones was to stop doing a new makeup releases video every single week. I think that was really playing into my FOMO, and I've talked about how it was a hard decision for me to make because it was always one of my most popular videos. It was always one of my most viewed videos. It was always one of the videos that made me the most amount of money. But at the end of the day, I had a goal in mind, and my goal was to cut back on how much money I was buying and trying and keeping. And that really helped me. But I think another thing too was having that goal in 2023 of don't try as much makeup. And as someone who does this career and does get things like PR, that was actually a more challenging goal than I thought. Again, if you want more of a detailed video, I don't know if that would be interesting. I don't know if it would come across as like an influencer complaining about PR, like, which that's not my goal of the video. But to me, it was like, okay, you're getting this PR and like, oh, I should try this. I want to review this. This could be a viral product. You should try it. Like all of these things. It was hard for me to be like, you know what? No, I'm going to just take this whole package and pass it on. I'm going to take this whole package and donate it. I'm going to take this whole package and go to a girls' night and be like, you guys pick out your shades. But to me, I felt like I have to start somewhere. I have to start somewhere, right, with cutting back. And so that's why I made it my goal in 2023 was to even try less. So that was one thing I was saying in my videos last year of it's not only just what I'm buying, it's also what I'm trying and what I am consuming. So that was a really big thing for me, you know, trying to take myself off of some PR lists and things like that. But again, when I look back at the Best of Beauty from last year and I see only 2 foundations mentioned, I'm like, wow, I feel like I really stuck with my goals, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that, especially because I think with makeup and what I do, the temptation is always there, right? So I look back and I'm like, okay, like pretty cool. But one of the foundations that I mentioned was the L'Oreal True Match. And I just decluttered this in my foundation declutter. That's why I like to say with these videos, like you find out who's telling the truth, who's a liar. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think I'm lying because I do like that foundation. And I said it in the video, and I think that you can kind of see in the declutter video, like I'm going back and forth. I'm like, I don't know, I can't decide. I'm not sure what to do. Like it's such a nice foundation. But, you know, for what I was saying with the foundations that I kept was that I didn't want to keep a lot. I wanted to keep the ones that I was really favoriting right now, which to me is ones that are still a little bit more light coverage than the L'Oreal True Match. I think it's a good medium coverage, medium buildable. But for me, it's like I'm going for those skin tints, the tinted moisturizers, the Anastasia Beauty Balm, things like that. But I do think that it's a beautiful foundation. I loved it when I first tried it years ago back in 2016. I loved it when I repurchased it again in the reformulated version. I think it's a really nice foundation. I think it's a great price point. It's just not for right now. It's not my particular foundation preference. So I didn't think I had to keep it around. But of course, as I'm planning this video, I see it. I'm like, obviously. But then it gets even better. It gets even better. So the next foundation that I mentioned was the Fenty foundation stick. I can't get nothing past you guys. No, I can't get nothing past the internet because I did not have the Fenty foundation stick in my foundation declutter, and I got lots of comments. I even got DMs being like, yo girl, where's your Fenty foundation stick? And the first comment that I saw come through that was like, did you use up your Fenty foundation stick? I'm not gonna lie to you, I literally thought in my head, like I saw that comment and I go, did I use up my Fenty foundation stick? It was the first thing I asked myself. I was like, wait, did I? But do you guys remember? Not that long ago, I couldn't find it. And I don't think I ever found it. Like, I think it was months ago that I was saying, I think that I've misplaced my Fenty foundation stick. I want to say that I had said I was traveling with it and then I was worried I like left it behind somewhere or something along those lines. I don't think I ever found it since then. And I have torn apart my apartment in the last like 5 days maybe or something like that. I have looked everywhere I feel like I could possibly look for that foundation. I cannot find it. I don't know where it is. And I am quite sad about that. But I will be honest when I say when I was doing my foundation collection and declutter, I did not realize that the Fenty foundation stick was missing. Now, does that mean it's not a favorite of mine? I don't particularly think that's what it means. I think it just means I have a ton of makeup and it's really hard for me to keep track. I haven't in the past, like, I don't feel like I've ever done a good job of keeping track of my makeup collection. I do it in other ways. Like, so when we get PR, I don't know if this is a really known fact, but when we get PR from brands, it's considered a part of our income, which is very interesting. So essentially we get taxed on this free makeup that we get, which again is another reason of like why I'm trying to remove myself from PR lists, because like, why do I have to pay taxes on products that I didn't ask for? I keep track of it that way. And I think because sometimes it can just be very time consuming of tracking everything, especially if you get a lot and you're like looking up prices and, you know, sending it through to your accountants and all the things. I just think that that was kind of like my tracking system, but it's not really. So this year, as I've been doing my declutters, I have a whole spreadsheet. I'm logging everything. I'm logging all of the names and the foundations that I have, and I'm really determined to like keep a better track this year. That's kind of my makeup goal. I don't know if you just want like a makeup goals video, maybe like a try to get ready with me, but that was one of my goals. And I've talked about how I've been using my friend's place as my filming studio and my storage space. And with my makeup collection, I'm first bringing everything over here. I'm doing my declutters and I'm only taking back to my apartment what is actually mine. I'm keeping all the stuff for giveaways here. You know, I'm able to actually have storage here instead of at my apartment, and my friend is so nice to allow me to do that. But I'm hoping that it helps keep me on track better. It's something I've talked about for years, but like I'm hoping 2025 will be the year where I'm organized and I don't lose things as easily as I do. But I don't know where that Fenty foundation stick is. I feel like someone just came in and took it. I'm trying to think if I like let someone borrow it, but like I almost want to say that I feel like it got left on a trip somewhere. I don't know, but I think that's been missing in action for quite some time. So unfortunately, I don't have the Fenty foundation stick. Do I still like it? Do I remember like still really enjoying it? Yes, I was using that so much. Like I was like twisting it up. And I think that's why when someone said, did you use it all the way up? Because when I was twisting it, I was like, I remember one of the last times talking about it online, I was like, I feel like I could actually use up this stick foundation, which is crazy to me, but I know that I didn't. I just don't know where it went. But do I feel like right now, do I feel like I have to repurchase it? Not particularly, because I kept so many foundations. If I found it, I would still be happy with it and I would probably be wearing it again. But maybe unless I like used up another foundation, I don't feel like I need to repurchase it. But again, it doesn't mean that it wasn't a favorite of mine last year. I wouldn't still call it a favorite right now. It's just not one that I feel super pressed to go out and rebuy. But yeah, no, I can't get numb past you guys. All right, next up, I did also mention 2 concealers, and these are 2 of my favorite concealers. So I just also posted my concealer declutter. It's separate from my foundation, but I talk in there, I said the Tower 28 is my #1 concealer, and I said followed shortly after that is the Natasha Denona High Glam. So I'll just touch on these briefly. Again, you can check out those declutter videos, but again, 1 and 2 for my concealers. I said the reason why I like the Tower 28 a little bit more is because the Natasha Denona is more of a serum concealer, so it's very thin, it's very liquidy, and you can go, like you can use too much on this one. And when I first started talking about how much I love this concealer, some of the first feedback I was getting was from people saying, I feel like it's too heavy on me or it's too hard to blend out. You really need a very light amount of this concealer. But I know for me, like if it's not something that I'm consistently using every day, I kind of forget. And then I go to use it and I'm used to using the Tower 28 or the Makeup by Mario or the Charlotte Tilbury, and I just come in and start swiping and I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that, because you need a very, very small amount with the Natasha. So because I can kind of forget that, that's why I put it at #2, but I still think it's beautiful. I still think if you use a small amount, it's easy to blend out and it's very natural looking on the skin. And then with the Tower 28, it's all of those things with Natasha, except I don't, like, to me, I just feel like it's kind of like impossible to do too much with the Tower 28. It just always looks good on my skin. I like it for my under eyes. I like it for all over my face. What am I wearing? Today, I'm just wearing the Natasha Denona. So I don't have foundation on today. I was running errands all over the morning. So I just put on a little something quickly. So it is the Tower 28 concealer, and then I put the powder over it, and that is what I did. I always link my makeup in the description box as well. But these are, it's funny that I saw those as my 2 concealers, because I was like, absolutely, and I just said how much I love those 2. And then moving over to some other powders. So one that I did mention is from Lawless Beauty. So this is their Perfecting Powder. I have the shade Light Medium. So I did just do, so my powder declutter is in with my concealer. I do that collection as a part of that video. And I mentioned the Lawless, and I said the Lawless was the first powder that I felt like came close to the Dior Powder No Powder. I believe the words I used in that declutter video was I had a torrid affair with the Dior Powder No Powder. I'm not sure. I think I'm reading too many romance books these days. But I heard myself say that in editing. And sometimes when I'm filming, I don't think I realize what I'm saying. And then in editing, I'm like, you either said this word so many times, or like, I don't know. It's weird. But sometimes I just sit down and I just and then when I'm editing, I'm actually like what are you saying? But that is what I said about the Lawless Beauty, and I do like, it's one that I kept in my declutter video. I think that it's really beautiful. I think it adds a really nice like filtered look to the skin and just would always make my skin look better, like especially when I was really struggling with heavy breakouts. This was the powder that I really relied on because it just made my skin look so much better and it gave me so much more confidence. So I love the Lawless one. Again, if I didn't say, the shade is light medium that I wear in that powder. And then the other powder that I mentioned is from Huda Beauty. And you saw in the declutter video, I was struggling on if I should keep the Huda Beauty or not. And actually, I think the day that I'm filming, yeah, I just posted that video today. So I've been trying to look at the comments for it. But I know I saw a couple of people say like, don't declutter something that you don't want to declutter. I was like, I wonder if they're talking about the Huda Beauty powder, because I really went back and forth for a long time on that one. But again, especially if I compare like the Lawless and the Huda Beauty, I like the Lawless more. I've actually panned and used an entire Lawless powder and then I bought it again. And again, I still think the Huda is good. I just like the Lawless a little bit more. So for me, it didn't make sense to keep them both. Plus all the 2 Tower 28 powders, all of my loose powders, the Laura Mercier, the Benefit, the Hourglass. I was like, okay. So I did end up decluttering the Huda Beauty, but I still do really like it. I think it's a good option. I would say that I prefer the Lawless though, just a little bit more, but also wasn't surprised to see both of those mentioned. And then a bronzer that I mentioned also makes me laugh. It's from L'Oreal. It's their Infallible Bronzer. If you can tell, this one is broken into little tiny pieces. So I actually dropped this. I was about to pan this bronzer and then unfortunately I dropped it and it broke and then it like really shattered. And honestly, I just kind of use it as like a loose bronzer now. I'm not big into repressing. And that's what I said about the Tower 28 powder. The pink one is like really shattered and I'm like, I could repress it. And I saw someone comment to say like one of their products, like a setting powder, I don't think it was the Tower 28, but she was like, you know, it broke too. She goes, I'm just using it as a loose powder because I don't like to repress either. And I was like, I don't either. So for the L'Oreal, like I'm literally still using this bronzer. I will put a little paper towel down like on my bathroom vanity and then I will open it and I will take like a fluffy brush and put it in there and then I will use it as bronzer and then I close it and then I fold up the paper towel and I take any extra, I was gonna say extremities. I take any extras and I just throw that in the garbage and I'm like, okay, good to go. So that's how I'm using my L'Oreal bronzer. I just need to repurchase another one of these. I actually did look on Black Friday. I bought basically nothing. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I bought Olipop because it's my favorite drink. I bought my probiotics because they were on sale. And I bought a memory card for my camera. That's what I bought. But I actually did look, I was like, let me just check if the L'Oreal, like if they were like running a crazy sale on it or something, I was gonna buy it again, but I will repurchase this again. I think that it's beautiful. To me, it's one that reminded me a lot of the Marc Jacobs bronzer, the Omega Tantastic. I feel like that one from L'Oreal is the closest one that I've been able to find and it's much more affordable. I think it's such a beautiful natural bronzer and definitely still a favorite. Telling the truth, look at that. All right, also in the video, I mentioned Singe Beauty just as a brand. So I was very excited last year that one of my closest girlfriends, Anyelka Nikfis, launched her own brand. And so she had the Singe Beauty brushes and then also my whole makeup bag is just next to me. So I do love my Singe Beauty makeup bag. I love the way that it like kind of folds up like this. We have these little pockets here. I keep things like my pencil sharpener in here. There's also like a zip pocket here. There's little pockets on the other side. And obviously it holds a lot. There's also a smaller version of this too. They also launched blushes this year. So the blushes were featured in my blush collection and declutter video as well. So I just thought those, I just shouted out the whole brand last year. So I wanted to shout them out again. They also did just release the first eyeshadow palette for the brand. So I know it was up for pre-order on Black Friday. I'm not exactly sure the date that it's going to be like available for order and like going to be shipping out and all of those things. It should be coming soon and I know the palette is on its way to me as well, which I am so excited about. So I'll definitely be doing some looks with the first Singe Beauty eyeshadow palette very soon. A couple different lip oils that I mentioned in here, the City Beauty lip oil. So this is what they call like their night lip oil and it's one that I do have in my empties bin. I really need to do like an empties video before the end of the year because my empties bin is full. But I do really like the City Beauty lip oil. I think I've gone through 2 of their night oils and I know it's one of their like most popular products as well. It's just one of those that feels like super nourishing on the lips and something about having like a little bit of a thicker lip oil at night especially, it just really makes you feel like you're doing the most for your lip care when you go to sleep and everything gets like really dry. So I do still love the City Beauty lip oil. I do have a discount code with them, which is SAMANTHAM, I believe is the code. I will put that in the description box. And then the other lip oil I mentioned is one that I wear more for like makeup purposes, but this one is from Fenty Beauty, and I have their cherry lip oil, and that one is so beautiful. I continue to recommend the Fenty lip oils. That was one where, not to say that I wasn't excited to try it out, I got it in like a goodie bag at a makeup event that I was at. And I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, you know, like I like lip oils, like I'll give this one a shot. And I really do love it. It hasn't dethroned, like my Sigma Beauty is still my top lip oil, I would say. I don't think it dethrones the Sigma Beauty, but it's still really high up there. And the cherry one is beautiful. I think they have a few different shades of that one too, but that one from Fenty I would still recommend. I thought it was funny that I mentioned the Rare Beauty shadow sticks last year because I love these and I rave about these all of the time. It's actually what I have on my eyes today. I mostly have the shade Well-Being. Again, I was just kind of like running all over today, so when I sat down to film I was like, I just want something super quick and simple, so I just put Well-Being all over the lid, added a little bit of eyeliner. Also, I just recently purchased a set and it came with one of their eyeshadow sticks, and this one is in Perspective, which is so pretty. It's kind of like a golden olive shade. And then it also came with a mini of the Rare Beauty mascara, which I have said time and time again, including in this video, that I love it so much. But I love these Rare Beauty shadow sticks because these are just such an easy on-the-go look to achieve. They have a lot of different shades as well. The one Perspective is a shade exclusive to that holiday set, so I will link that in my description box as well. But I'm someone who really likes like quick and easy makeup looks, like 5-minute makeup looks, no minute makeup looks, and for me these shadow sticks are, they do it for me. And I swear every time I wear these, no matter what shade it is, I'm always getting so many compliments on my eye look, and it's like it literally took me 2 seconds to swipe these on my eyes. What's funny to me about these shadow sticks, and something that I said in last year's video, was I was not a big eyeshadow stick girl. I liked the bases from Sigma Beauty, like especially Bubbly I thought was really pretty. You know, the ones from Laura Mercier, the Caviar eyeshadow sticks, those are nice. But I wasn't one that I would consider myself like an eyeshadow stick girl. I was more of like a palette girl. These changed it for me. These are the ones that changed the game for me. These ones from Rare Beauty. So if you have similar makeup styles to me, I would recommend checking those out because I think they're great. I also mentioned, oh, I think we're just moving into some lip products now, but from YSL, their Candy Lip Glaze in 02. This continues to be a favorite. This one, I still wear it all the time. It's really just a clear, like it's like a light pink lipstick, but it's very clear on the lips. But it just makes, I don't know what it is about this shade that is so pretty and makes the lips look so good. I love to wear it with like a really nude, like My Lips But Better type of lip liner, and then you just put this on top and it just gives you like an instant oomph to the lips, and I just think it's so pretty. It's also YSL. The packaging is beautiful. The packaging is heavy. If you want to feel luxe, these are the way to do it. I think they're beautiful. I know they're very expensive, but I continue to love that. And then I also mentioned from Catrice, this is their Marblicious Lip Balm in Don't Be Shaky. And if you can see that I clearly love this one, but I thought it was funny too because I mentioned it as a favorite, especially with the Hard Candy lip liner. That one is in my empties bin. I use that lip liner all the way up, which is crazy. Like, I love lip liner. I wear lip liner every single day. I do not do, like, I couldn't find lip liner because my makeup collection is a little bit in shambles right now as we're doing declutter and collection videos and I'm moving around my whole collection. I couldn't find lip liner in my purse, and I was like, no. And I was like, okay, I'm sure Ashley has a lip liner, or Katie's here, like someone's gonna have a lip liner for you to borrow. But the instant like twitching that I got, that I was like, I don't have a lip liner. I don't have a lip liner. What? But I found one. I found the Laura Mercier Rosewood, was buried in my makeup bag, thank goodness. But I do love lip liners, but I very rarely like use one all the way up, and that one is in my empties bin. So from Hard Candy, beautiful lip liner, very long wearing, highly recommend it. But also, this is one of my favorite balms, and when people ask me for a good like affordable lip balm, this is the one all year long that I was continuing to recommend. So this is supposed to be a dupe for the Givenchy, I believe it is, and honestly I've tried the Givenchy and I like the Catrice even more. I think it's beautiful. Again, if you can kind of see like how much I've used of this lip balm, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's like a My Lips But Better, but it has like this little sparkle to it, and It's just the cutest. I also mentioned from Lawless Beauty the lip balms. I think Lawless just has great lip formulas. I really like the lip balms. I will say that I like the glosses even more. The like Forget the Filler gloss. Those would be my favorites over the balms, but I think I started trying the balms last year. These are great too if you're looking for something that's not a gloss, like if you're looking for a balm. They also still give like a nice tint to the lips as well, and they're very comfortable, and whatever Lawless is doing to their lip products, it's working. I did also mention from Natasha Denona the Alona lip liner. That one is beautiful. That one is usually in my purse, and I'm not sure where I have managed to put it, but that is still a lip liner that I continue to wear. It's this beautiful like pink nude, and I also just love the Natasha Denona lip liners. Still continue to love them, still continue to recommend them. I have Noah, I have Dana, I have Alona. I probably have 3 or 4 more. There was one time I made a purchase from Natasha Denona, and I think I bought like 4 or 6 lip liners all in one go because I think that they're fantastic. I do have a discount code with Natasha, and that is Samantha. And then just a couple other lip products that I had. One is what I'm wearing today. This is from Ravie Beauty. So this is Ali Gline's brand. I believe it was in last year's video, I mentioned Lily being my favorite, which I still do love Lily. It's a beautiful nude. But right now I've been going for Dahlia, which again is what I'm wearing today. It's not too much darker. These are like the effortless lips, so they're not like as opaque as a lipstick, but I would say they have a little bit more oomph than like the Lawless Balm when it comes to color payoff. But Dahlia is just like a slight bit darker than the Lily, and I've been kind of going for like darker blush. I have the red blush on from Kaleidos today. I feel like I'm kind of really getting into like the winter makeup trends. Like I did this like sugar plum fairy look the other day. I had the red eye look the other day. I've been using red blush a lot. So I just wanted something that's a little bit darker. I've done really dark lips. I've done red lips. I've done the cherry cola lips. But this, again, it's not like it's a super dark one. It's just a little bit darker than the Lily. But Dahlia is what I've been going for. And again, if you do like that more effortless lip look, the ones from Ravie Beauty are going to be really pretty. And then lastly, I kind of forgot about this one, but when I saw it on my list, I was like, girl, you gotta bring that lip back. And this is from Kaleidos, and this is their, let me see, their Untamed Glow Glossy Lip Glaze in the shade Last Smoke. You want to talk about a torrid love affair? It was me and this lip product last year. I went through a spell where I was wearing this so much, and this like cool toned mauve was just, like I was just all about it. Again, I saw it on my list and I was like, girl, you're pulling that out. And you are going to be wearing this lip gloss because it is just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I kind of did forget about it a little bit, but we're bringing it back out. I don't know if it's going to be available anymore, or if the collection, like the collection that Kaleidos released last year is like still available. But if it is, you should buy it because it's a really pretty shade, according to me. All right, after that is going to wrap it up for this little throwback video, looking at all of my favorites of 2023 and seeing what are still my favorites, what I've decluttered, what I'm maybe judging myself on. I hope that you are enjoying these end of year videos. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you in the next one.